like this. I 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 like this.
Y'all don't listen well. Mr. Brown don't listen well.
What's going on, y'all?
Let me unmute them first, Willis. They hard head as a rock.
They hard head. What they did?
Talk, just chat. Just all you hear is Sean just turn around talking, just talking. That's why you muted right now. Let me unmute you.
Unmute me.
Oh Lord.
Hey y'all.
It's gonna be tough tonight.
Don't blame Mr. Charlie.
It's gonna be tough tonight. Can I get a word in?
No.
Go ahead, Charlie.
Hello, boys and ladies. You look wonderful tonight in Houston, Texas. I wish I had a pair of cowboy boots. I'll take you for a ride on my horse. Well, I like to say.
What you will not be doing is sending unsolicited rides.
Listen, boys. The pleasure's it's wonderful to see you guys. You all look wonderful. Robert, that's a great looking picture you got behind you.
Better believe in it.
I want people to know, do me a favor, the viewing audience. We happy to be in the front of you tonight. Please start sharing with all your friends and let them know that we are on and we're going to give great information tonight. But again, this show is for you. So call in. I mean, Julie, what you mean? Type stuff in. What you call it?
All right.
Comment. We want you to be a part of it. And Sonia, your new friend, he have a big head, so he have a lot of knowledge, and we want him to be a part of it. Because his head is big, boy. I've seen big heads before, but that's a big old head.
Sean, you got to get rid of your background so we can see your guests.
Well, I'm going to bring him on a little bit because see, one thing. His name is Shannon, right? And he always has opinions, and me and him, we bump heads a lot because he's an opinionated ass person.
No, and you're not.
Well, but I speak fact. He just speaks all this fiction stuff.
What happened? He probably got an A-type personality. and two A types gonna clash.
Ooh, I'm telling you, he's always with.
Being arrogant,
huh? He's always with the fact that, you know, the women and the feminist movement and black women ruin the family and all of this type of stuff. So I said, you might need to come on our show one time, you know, just one time, so that, you know, you can experience, you know.
Why you gotta introduce him? He can introduce himself. Let that man.
Okay, come on, Shannon.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what.
Get rid of fake background.
I'm gonna tell you what. Jewish and I clash all the time because we got A-type personality. Now, if you take Sean down to the bottom, he don't have an A-type. He got a C.
Shit. I'm a boss.
C plus
I'm a boss, Mr. Brown. All right.
Jewish, did you hear me? Sean got a C plus too.
No. I have what they call a Napoleon complex.
I don't know what hell. You right, you got a Napoleon complex. Let me do it for you. Look up, Jew. Sean. A little man with a big appetite.
Well, wow. Well, see, Julius doing over there. He tagging folks. Y'all ain't doing y'all job. But I'll go and get a start, Julius, because see, Mr. Brown ain't tagging nobody. But anyway,
I don't know how to tag.
Don't get mad at me because you ain't doing your job. Don't get mad.
You don't know what tagging means.
Oh, Lord.
Tagging means.
It's not like that.
Do you have to draw my business in the street?
Well, Mr. Brown ain't like
that. I mean, that was not necessary.
It ain't like 1980 where you go tag. You put their name.
That's what I thought.
I knew you knew it. I knew you knew it.
No, Sean. But I was thinking I need to go find somebody and tag him, but nobody come in the room but me.
Hey, there's another way you can tag him, but I'm not gonna go there tonight.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen.
General discussion.
Anybody else want to introduce us? Sir, you want to introduce yourself and tell them who you are right quick?
Oh, I'm from Beaumont, Texas. I'm Shannon Henry Owens.
All right. And what your friends call you?
Huh?
What your friends call you?
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay, we got it. Shannon Door.
He look like one of them dudes from the UJ that got drafted for the Eagles. Boy, you don't look like you don't play no game.
He a big old guy, man.
Oh.
All right. So,
I'm still trying to find out who he is at my sister's house.
Chandra. Who it is,
I don't know.
He's the guy that has been putting up the
weasel her way into my family. That's
no.
What happened.
Actually,
right.
I want you to stop lying.
Your brother-in-law.
He's been putting up the blinds and putting up the TVs and stuff like that. So he's my honeydew until I can get a honey.
Why you can't be the honey? Why you can't be the honey?
Don't let him put you in the brother zone like that, bro.
You gonna let her talk to you like that?
Don't let him put you in the brother zone like that.
At church, did she weasel her way into the family?
I did not. I did not.
Let the man talk now. He let you talk.
That's fact. She weasel her way into the family. So I gotta figure out who she is. She probably could be a weasel that goes to mess with my chicken coop and everything, killed everything, and I'm looking for chickens and eggs, and she just gone, you know?
My God.
You know.
Well, that's a perfect segue. That's a perfect segue into our topics of discussion because we want to know what y'all in Houston, and we want to know what's going on in Houston. It's all they just had two twin sisters that killed their kids years apart. What the hell going on in Houston?
You know what?
The run into the school. The one
you gotta come a little closer, my brother.
Come a little closer. Turn the mic up a little bit.
Me?
Yes.
No, I'm just telling you. With Houston, with Texas, period, I cannot tell you what's going on in Texas. To be honest, I'm being straight up. I cannot tell you because Texas is always. This is my hometown. I know we have some bull. I don't know if I can curse on this right here.
You can say bull.
Okay, bull out here. You know what I'm saying? But Texas always been good to me and my family.
Good.
And that's all I can say about Texas. That's what Sandra was definitely saying. Talking about, yes, Texas got a lot of killings on the news and all that stuff. But I feel like I'm a strong believer. I traveled all over. You treat people how you want to be treated, for one. And so if you treat people the golden rule, you'll be able to get more. You know what I'm saying? That's how I strongly feel. And that's how I treat everybody, you know?
But I don't believe that. I believe that Texas is big, and I watch the news every day, morning and evening, and I see the foolishness going on around here, which Shannon does not watch the news morning and evening.
No.
So he does not see the reason why I will not go down to the Galleria, mall, and why I don't go to festivals and things like that, because Houston proper has too much foolishness going on in places where we shouldn't. We should be able to chill, Netflix and chill, or just chill and chill.
And I feel like
That's
this right
anyway,
here.
though.
I feel like this right here. I tell my sisters, carry a pistol with you. I'm a strong believer. For a woman, you carry a pistol with you or your knife. It doesn't matter. You need to have something with you.
What
Just to protect yourself. And that's the strong. Go ahead, my bad.
Another time, what you think we might, what can happen, or what y'all guys need to do in Texas, in Houston, because it's considered one of the dangerous cities in the United States. It's in the same league now with New York, Chicago. And Houston wasn't that way 5 years ago. So I don't know what's going on.
But you got to understand, you got a lot of outsiders coming into Houston. That's one thing I can say. So, okay, I'm a lineman by trade. So I've been all over from New York to California. Mm-hmm. So this is what I've seen. When you come to Texas, you got a lot of people from New York, from Texas, from California coming in because the property value is so cheap. And I'd be like, man, I don't want y'all out here. Stay out there in California because y'all are raising our property value up. But I understand the reason why they come out here by the property. New Yorkers are coming out here by the property. So now you got a melting pot for this right here, this right here, this right here. It just goes back into the Katrina. When Katrina hit, you had a lot of crimes and everything going on because you're coming from New Orleans to come out here in Texas. Mm-hmm. And there was a lot of beef and a lot of crimes at that time.
And so, you feel strongly a great deal of what happening, the transplants are bringing it in.
Correct. That's how
Houston,
I feel.
And so 5 years ago, Houston wasn't like that, but now all of a sudden with all the transplant.
Anderson Cooper.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel with the transplants. I'm just saying.
Sanders a transplant. All of NASA employees.
No, like Julian say, Sanders a transplant. She's from Savannah, Georgia.
Yeah,
as a matter of fact, young Shannon. Matter of fact, crime have dropped in Savannah since she left.
No!
We in the wrong place then.
Yes.
Get away.
Yes.
You might want to watch out there, buddy.
I'm watching it.
I'm gonna say this.
Better hit that side down.
I'm gonna say this, that you do in this city. And that's why I tell you guys that I do not believe in black on black crime and things that the mass media wants us to believe in, because I live in Houston and you see Mexican people. It's mass Mexican. It is mass Mexican crime going on out here. White people are committing crimes. Black people, yeah. So it is whatever community you live in, there is crime.
That's part of crime.
Well, but if you look at mass media, CNN, MSNBC, and all of this, they would make you believe that the black community is the only people that's committing crime.
But we know that.
If I may jump in, you know why? And this is my personal opinion. Until we learn to come together, to work together, to advocate for one another, and to stop being A, sold out, B, being against one another, and C, being a cohesive unit, why else would they do anything different? Give you a great example. We will sit here and badger Barack Obama all day about what he did for the black community instead of uplifting what he did do successfully. We will tear down one another about what you did not do instead of talking about what you did successfully. We will support a candidate that will tear down our communities instead of looking for somebody who's more progressive and who's on the side of the people. So until we learn to get out of this slave mentality, until we learn to move beyond the status quo, that's all we're going to get is crumbs.
I think this right here with a Barack Obama, this is what it is with him is black people never gave him a gender for us, the black community, and he ran with hope. So with that, so hope and change. So, but the black community brought him into office, got him. That was the most turnout of people who were voting. So the thing about it is black people kept saying, wait till his second term, wait till his second term. But in actuality, black people, he never gave a black American. I'm for black Americans. I'm sorry, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple, I'll just tell you the reason why. When I say black Americans, because everybody that comes over here shits on black Americans because with the civil rights movement, with all that stuff, and they take our laws, they take the laws and use it for them. Just like with the alphabet, can I say alphabet community?
I guess you can say that he means LGBTQ.
Let me share my bias with the young brother. I'm a scholar of diversity, equity, and inclusion. So it's LGBTQIA. Y'all know I'm a diversity scholar. So I just
but the LGBTQ that hijacked the civil rights.
They ain't hijacked nothing. Young brother was talking.
Wait a minute. Don't get me started.
And that's why they call Obama the first gay black president.
Because what he have done, he given them more rights, and we did not give him a marching order. We did not ask him for nothing, and he did not do nothing for us.
Yeah. And that's why Biden in a situation where he don't have to do anything for us. That's the same thing with Biden.
That's why Biden was able to say, if
I already know where you're going.
If you ain't black, of course you're gonna vote for me if you're black. What other choice do you have? You know what I'm saying? I believe that we need to come up with our own, and when I say party, I don't mean party, but we need to come up with our own voice. And that one voice speaks for us all. And we follow that one voice, but that one voice got to say what all of us are saying.
Right.
Marcel Dixon.
We're not going to call it the smoking party. One thing, it's not going to be the smoking party. We ain't going to be smoking.
But how can we have one voice when you have a fracture in the church? When you have right here, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We have individuals that don't feel comfortable with certain populations. So how can we have one voice?
At the same time, we have family reunions and cookouts and everything run real fine and well and dandy. You know what I'm saying? And young people know how to respect the elders, and the elders know how to give way to how to lean in to the young people, how to let the young people be young.
Marcel Dixon, my bad. I apologize.
To me, I feel like because of that church, and the church don't want to talk to this one and that, not the bias that came from the church, and let your light shine and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and you don't go out there to the sinners. Where the hell Jesus hang out at? Jesus hang out in the clubs and with the sinners.
Yeah.
So if all of that going on, right? Why in the world we can't get the church to go to Tybee Island on Orange Crush to make sure that we representing ourselves the right way? Why can't the church end up going that? I'm saying, older representation, old young folks don't act a donkey in front of old folks like that unless they had no home training.
The reason
we got to get back to home training. We are. I see you, Robert. I hear you.
But if we can't even protect our own selves from CRT in the state of Florida, what we don't even teach our children how to doggone read and write.
We're talking about the state of Florida.
We don't even go to PTA meetings. So what are you talking about?
We're talking about the state of Florida.
As long as we getting our direct deposit, our nails done, our oxtails, and our gravy, we good. We got to change the mentality.
But that's why we're talking about the state of Florida. The state of Florida, half the people in Florida running.
It's real. I'm
half the people from Florida
I would
running.
never be a person to sugarcoat this foolishness. As long as we got the bare minimum, we continue to get straight out.
Sean, stop. Oxtails have nothing to do with this conversation. I don't want to have oxtails.
Y'all get muted.
Ron, sir, we're going to give you 2 more minutes to spill, and we're going to have to go to another subject. Go ahead,
Robert
sir.
brought up the state of Florida, right? The state of Florida, let me tell you what the problem with the state of Florida and why Ron DeSantis can do what he's doing down there. Half of them either trying to get immigration status, half of them running from the police or running from, you know what I'm saying? Or half of them not from here. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and they trying to hold it out. That's why it happens down there in Florida like that. That shit wouldn't happen in Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Or in Charleston. We ain't gonna let nobody tell us CRT, man.
No. The reason why we keep getting run over because we allow it. Period.
I like what Ron DeSantis is doing.
What?
We allow it.
What'd he say?
I like what Ron DeSantis is doing.
Oh my God.
You do?
Bro, hold on.
Let me explain. Let me explain.
I don't know you, but I say yeah.
When illegal immigrants come over, they go to these big corporations. And these corporations is putting black men, black women out of work with the construction workers and everything. So they're now finding the companies. Now, once they find the companies, guess what? Now you can bring the black workers back into work.
Okay.
Back into construction work. Because at one time, I talked to my uncles, they was all in construction. They say it was never a Hispanic working, doing construction. It was only blacks and whites doing construction.
But see, you only getting a little damn piece.
Oh, no cussing.
I'm sorry. And then you running with it. So you're almost like you are on the plantation, which you're saying, but our plantation owners, our slave owners, they feed us. So I'm all right with them just because they feed us. Oh, no. But it's the beating us at night that Ron DeSantis is doing that I don't like. And it's the trying to stamp out our history. And it's the trying to stamp out the LGBTQ department. And it's the trying to erase our books.
Hey, man, come on.
Oh, but you don't understand it though, sir.
Come on, let me ask you, Sean. Let me break it down for the brother.
Taking one piece of the puzzle, and then you just saying, "Oh, but I love him."
No, I did not say I love him.
Hold on, brother. Let me break it down for you. Let me break it down for you, young brother. Hold on. Let me break it down. I'll let y'all talk. Let me talk. One thing about it, and I tell people this all the time. I'm gonna use the city of Savannah. Hold on. At one time, we had a Missouri Avenue. At one time, we had a thriving street called West Broad, where we had black businesses up and down the street. At one time, we had a thing called Weeping Time. But you know what we're doing? We allow people like Ron DeSantis to take everything away from us. And before we know it, we won't even have our own history to talk about. And you know why they want to hide it? Because their ancestors were stupid enough to sit there and enslave us, to treat us like trash, and we allow that to happen. That is a narrative that I refuse to accept. And if y'all accept that bullshit, excuse my language, you crazier than them now. Ain't no way in the world you You ain't gonna let nobody take my history away and think it's okay. Y'all better change your mindset. Y'all better change your mindset now.
What I said one thing I did like for as him finding companies for illegal immigrants.
Okay, but
for the sake of our culture? No. Screw them.
Robert, let him explain. Robert, let him explain his point.
Man, listen, y'all worry about the wrong thing.
No, that's his point of view.
It's like with Tyson when they did. I guess there was in Alabama or something. I forgot where the place was at. The Tyson place.
It was in Georgia.
Okay, the Tyson,
Southwest Georgia.
Farm, okay,
but go ahead.
The Tyson Place Farm, where they had all of the immigrants on there, black people, they have jobs. So soon as when they raided their building, they got all the illegal immigrants out of there, and they gave black people jobs. I'm a person. Bring Black America jobs. If you go outsource your work overseas, when you come back, you need to triple times the tax.
Well,
you need to bring jobs back to America.
Let me weigh in right now, Brother Sean. I agree with you to a great extent, because if these people are breaking the law, we go to jail every damn day in this country for breaking the law. If somebody is breaking the law, even if they're over here working illegally, they're breaking the law.
That's real.
So we cannot make no excuses for them breaking the law.
Exactly.
It's the law they're breaking. So you make a great point, my brother. They're breaking the law. They're stopping other people from getting a legal job because they are breaking the law. So you make a great point. You know,
that's the only thing I agree with.
Them so long to be that workforce for us, that part of the workforce for us, that they would cripple the economy if we just take them all out at one time, because we don't have people to work these jobs. We don't want to work them.
Because I'm not going in the field. Wait a minute. I'm not going in the field and pick no lettuce. I'm not going in the field and pick no tomato.
You're so messy.
So I need the immigrants to come over and pick those.
Exactly.
Exactly. Wait, I want to say that. I want to say that.
I'll ask you another question. When you said that, Mr. Charlie,
I said, what, sir?
I'll ask you a question.
Go ahead.
What about these people on welfare? They can go out there and pick that right there. They contribute to the community.
9 times out of 10, the projects ain't that far from the farm.
Y'all,
it's too far from the farm.
That. I ain't even gonna touch that. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, because the thing about it is, I'm a lineman. Like I said, I'm a lineman. I've been all over.
That's what I did for a living too for a long time.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Can I jump in? So let me ask y'all a question. So
36 kilo.
Hold on. Wait, what?
I was given the Army code for the lineman.
Right, that was the 31 Lima back in my days. 31 Lima.
Okay, let me go back to the young brother question. I want you to picture this. Sicily, 1920. You got a single mom living in what we call, quote unquote, the housing authority developments, the projects. She's got 2 children. And she's got to make a decision on going to work, on feeding these children, or taking care of her kids. So you telling me that mother need to go out there and do all these things?
Are the kids school age?
Hold on.
Matter.
But hold on. You the same person that said.
Are you a single mom?
Wait.
Okay, I'm a single dad, and my girls are school age, and I take my ass out to work and have to bring my ass back.
One at a time.
Hush up.
Hey, Robert, you gotta let those people talk, man.
I'm trying to talk to the young brother. Sean jumped in, so I had to get him. Now go ahead, young brother.
You a host. You gotta let them talk.
You the same person that said we like to eat oxtails. We like to get their nails done, but they can't go in the field. But they can't go in the field and work.
That ain't everybody.
They can't go in the field and work.
I'm just saying. You the same person that said that. Charlie, what you laughing at?
You the same person that said that. We like to eat oxtails and all that.
All I'm saying is this: we all have luxuries and privileges in this life. I'm saying this: what we have a bad habit of doing, especially in our community, is we'll generalize. There are levels to this thing, and we all carry privileges. All I'm saying is, if you have a certain privilege, utilize it in a way that makes sense. But if you don't, and in this case, I'm talking about people who don't necessarily have those privileges. We got to be mindful and sensitive to those. I mean, maybe they could have been a little more responsible, but that's not my call to make. My call to make is somebody.
But wait.
Go ahead, Fanny.
Sean, go ahead, Sean.
But I'm gonna say this.
Sean, son, go ahead.
Go ahead, Sean. And then I'll divert.
I'm gonna say this, and I apologize because I know if Bernard been here, he would probably say this for me.
But he's
Man,
not.
we gotta stop making excuses for black folks. We gotta stop making excuse for black folks. You understand? I know that this generation is way smarter than my generation. And my generation back in the days sat back and said, you know what? You ain't gonna lock us up with a bunch of kids and a bunch of baby daddies and all that other stuff. We started bringing our kids down. These kids nowadays, hell, I ain't even a granddaddy yet. And I got a 28-year-old. You know, 3 daughters and a 28-year-old. I ain't even a granddaddy yet. I ain't rushing it, but I thought that I would have been by now. Back
something better.
You know, by the way that things were pacing out.
Yeah.
I got a couple of sons if your dog is looking for babies.
Oh my God, what are we doing here? Oh Lord.
I'm just saying.
I feel like
stop making excuses.
I'm gonna divert to Shannon's, Shannon online, who is Dre Holman, my bestie. Stop making excuses for black people, because the same way we can get out and work, and we do work, you can get out if you get anything, if you get any type of subsidy, the goal should be not to be on subsidies. And the thing that I don't like about the Democratic Party is that's the scare tactic for the Democratic Party. Oh, they're going to take away your food stamps.
Thank you.
But if a woman was being trained in maybe a non-traditional area, work area, where she would make enough money not to be a maid in the Hilton or wherever, where she still can't even afford a damn room, but she was being trained in one of the trades where airplane mechanics or driving trucks or being a lineman or welding, something where she earn a living wage for her children and not be on food stamps. Because see, I don't like my eating to be dependent on what these people are going to do in Congress.
Thank you.
Because they just passed some bills recently that is going to impact people on food stamps.
Thank you. Right behind you. Take it. Right
Go ahead, young brother.
I'll make a suggestion. This is what it is right here. I'm a trades person. This is what's going on with the trades. This is how the Hispanic is building a second-class community, a middle-class community.
Yep.
Their wives, their children, their wives and stuff are painters. They're welders. Mind you, my ex-wife, and went through the divorce, she's Hispanic. So at one time, I'm like, hey, they can come over. They can come over, whatever, as long as they got a job or whatever. I didn't mind, but the older I got and understand politics, it's not the right way. You know what I'm saying? So that's how they building the second class. I was going to say second class.
They're building a middle class, actually, and pushing everybody else out.
And pushing out black people out. And that's what a lot of our black people don't understand. And that's why I'm an advocate of trades. My son is a second generation man. He's 20 years old. He's working at the power company in Beaumont. And the thing about it, I try to push trades to these young kids because as a black woman, as a young black woman, as a young black man, we need income. In order for you can do anything in this world, we need income, trades, push trades. Then you go back to the school route. You get that journeyman ticket. I'm union. Union. You gotta understand, union was never meant for black people because
I'm right
we had to trade. So they made sure the unions was made for them. So that's the history, a little bit of history. But
I appreciate your input. I thought we did commendable about Houston. I don't know how it all went around, but it all saying something got to be done in Houston. And again, y'all guys, that's what the topic's supposed to have been about. But we deviated and went to other areas, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Jill, what's the next topic?
There you go. Topic on, because Julia's adding people. The all black.
Hold on 1 minute.
Yeah.
I got. I'm trying to load up something for y'all.
So you want to talk about the party the other night, the all black affair?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was trying to get those photos.
Sean should have stayed. Sean should have stayed in his seat. He
Mr.
got up and tried to dance.
Mr. Brown, that's not nice. Now,
that's not nice.
You don't talk about Sean like that. Sean is the star of the show.
Uh-oh.
Mr.
Here comes
Simon.
trouble.
Bernard, get him, Bernard, get him.
That is the problem.
Bernard,
This is about to be a rabble now.
What's up, people?
So y'all, what's going on, Bernard?
Hey, hey, Bernard.
How y'all doing?
What did it do?
Is it raining?
So y'all, we had an all black party here at Fannie Lou Hamer, and it was nice. It was fun. Mr. Brown took nice pictures, and Sean did what Sean does, and we had a good time. I don't know where Bernard was. Bernard found some tolls on the way, so I guess he didn't make it all the way there. But what you think about it, Uncle Sean? What you think about the other night?
Oh, I loved it.
Was it black affluent people or just black people in general?
No,
just
black affluent.
They look like black affluent people because everybody
Julius was there, and he's influent, and Charlie Brown was there. Definitely.
Oh, you will take a picture. I'm not there, but that's great. Thanks. Great.
Oh, okay. All right. I see y'all.
King Mufasa was there.
Yeah.
Minister Louis Farrakhan.
All right. I see y'all. All right.
That was a good picture. I should have straightened my shirt up a little
Where was
bit.
Van Johnson? I don't see.
Get out, Sean. Get out, Sean.
Van and Bernard were hanging out downtown.
There goes Sean dancing.
Get out, Sean.
He got on. It's an all black affair. He got on white.
I cannot believe they didn't invite you, Shannon. You know what?
They're gonna carry.
Y'all so dirty. You dirty, Mr. Brown. I caught that.
Yeah, probably because Dan was there. That's what it was, Shannon. They traitors.
Well, did y'all enjoy yourself?
It was
I
nice.
enjoy myself. We're going back
Who
next
hosted
year.
it?
We want you to buy another table next year. We're going back.
Who was the host?
We've been. I don't know.
Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle was the host. He hosts a show on this network called Score Bigger Dating. He has a platform. Y'all can go to the website or on Facebook or to his website.
He's a dating host. Oh, okay. I need to be on his show.
Don't get
Bernard has been on it. Bernard's been on it. I don't know, Charlie.
What Bernard doing on it when he got short?
One time.
Oh no, it wasn't just about dating like that.
You messy, Bernard.
Trying to date. It was talking about dating and talking about, how today Bernard was in the, he got experience. So you can talk about your experience. You know?
I need to talk about
tell her my background, please. Tell her my background.
Give her we're gonna send your resume over. That's all it is.
No, I need to talk about my experience because it's bullshit out here.
Well, you got bullshit.
I thought you was a Christian.
Did you hear him?
What?
I ain't got to do it. What y'all got in the house?
Say it again, Shannon.
But she don't know how to be submissive.
Oh Lord, no, you ain't gonna get
my
down.
God.
What? Say
Okay,
again?
okay. See, he trying to start fights up in here.
Come close and
You know, RG.
You ain't got
He's
nothing
trying
to
to
do
start
with
fights up in here.
Next
You ain't gonna get no
topic, next
submissive.
case.
Don't
Next
understand.
No
case.
submissiveness out of her, you gonna get. No.
Well, what's going on at Cat, Julius? What's going on at Cat?
Okay, with Cat,
Not that Cat. but
somebody, I got an email in my box for ATR for Our Black Media. I got an email, and in that email that they sent me, it was a letter saying that Cat is going to hell.
What?
Yeah, I say that it's worse than when they fired the other lady.
Wow.
You say that, you know, they say that they are short operators. There's no breaks in the schedules because there's nobody to work. It just feels like there needs to be changes at Cat. If Cat is going to be a good part of our community again, Cat is falling apart. And they wrote this thing telling me, Cat, I feel is on a decline. We were once a good transportation provider, but that's in the past. Our leadership is not concerned about the problems at CAT. There's a lack of administrative support because over the last year, we have lost important people that have helped keep CAT going. When new people come in to these roles, they do not stay long. There's no security team and no HR department. How the hell you don't have a security and no HR department? Our transit center downtown has been without security for almost a month, and operators are not feeling safe. There are homeless people down there, and crime is going on. Customers are complaining about the smell. The platform is dirty with trash everywhere. They're closing the building at night right now, but people are getting in everywhere and sleeping on the benches and in the bathrooms. When people go in to use the bathroom, they have to step over these homeless people. What? And they don't feel safe. Our female operators do not feel safe. Our female operators do not feel safe because they're in there by themselves with people who are passed out drunk and yelling and sometimes violent. They are by themselves because there is no security. We are not even sure when there will be any security hired. The CEO fired the security we had, but didn't have anything in place to replace them.
Wow.
And it is a mess. We also haven't had an HR department for a while. How the hell are you going to hire somebody you only have an HR department? I've heard people were referred for jobs, have submitted applications, and not heard anything back. This proves how toxic CAT is because we have no HR and it looks bad on us. We can't even hire new people because of this. We don't even get the chance to talk to senior managers, and the CEO never talks to us operators to find out how serious it is. And it just feels like nothing gets done. She don't care about us. There are some people, even in leadership, who care about CAT, but it feels like they can't get anything done because of all the problems. People are not happy about their jobs anymore here. Customers are not happy, and it looks bad in the community. We need to stop focusing on looking good in the news press and news conferences every day, and no attention for the real problems. We are short operators, and there are no breaks in the schedules because there is nobody to work.
Well, hey, let me ask you a question, Julius. How many drivers they have now on CAT? Did they state? Is it over 75?
I believe it is a bunch. But it's over 75.
Sounds like a little investigative report.
CAT means Chatham County Authority Transit System. That's our bus system.
Well, here's the thing, y'all. I heard this firsthand that you got drivers that go in at 5 a.m. may get off at 10 p.m. with no break and got to get right back up and be there at 5 a.m.
That's what he say.
That's firsthand knowledge I've heard. I ain't gonna tell you who, because that ain't my business.
Sound like a little investigative reporting need to happen, huh?
But see, when you have places like that, they pay a little bit more than the average, you know, they don't pay great, but they pay a little bit more than the average place pays. So the workers are fearful for their jobs if they speak up, you know, because they've seen what has happened to CEOs and everybody else that has come through there that tried to make significant change, you know.
Well, I heard the pay is trash. They don't pay them. That's why they go there, get the training, and then they go to somewhere else.
Get their CDL license someplace else.
Yeah. So that's
they
part
want
of the problem.
They want to organize a union away from their job and try to create a union.
Well, and it's probably what they need to do, but to say the pay is trash, somebody needs to look into this, because you had a great CEO there who was doing things. And see, this is part of the problem. And I hate to go there, but I got to. We'll be off this subject. But and they got to stand up. But see, what happens is you had Bakaris Malden or whatever her name was, that was there, and they loved her. She was a people's person. She was an employee's person. She walked in all the departments. She talked to the people. See, but then the blacks in control wanted to get rid of her.
Yeah.
So these are the stupid blacks. And all y'all my friends, and I'm calling y'all stupid because I know most of y'all that's on that board, and I know most of y'all that's in the positions to hire the people and fire the people. And y'all fired her. Okay, then you're going to bring in somebody else of a different persuasion who's not with you. This woman ain't with you, the one you brought in. Now you hating her.
She not
with you. She hanging with your enemies.
But
you brought her in. When you got power, use it to your best ability. Use it to bring people up. You don't have to be ashamed for nothing. For 400 years, all they've hired is them. For 400 years. You don't have to be ashamed to hire somebody who is qualified to do the job.
Exactly.
400.
And somebody said they have a union. Why are they not filing grievances and stuff?
The union is weak.
Yeah, our union is weak. I'm not a 66.
The union's scared. That sounds like a scared union.
But my union is weak. That's why I travel. I'm from Texas, so our union is weak too. But that's why I travel. I go to the good unions.
Well,
but the thing about it is, they can go to IO and make complaints over their union if they wanted to.
Well, we're gonna be looking into it. Whoever wrote me that letter, I'm sure y'all probably. I don't know whether y'all watching. I don't know whether y'all are here. If you are, then fine. But I tried to call a bunch of people at CAT to find out what the deal was, and I told them to watch the show tonight that we will be saying something about it. If there needs to be something done, we need to be stay on this because it's not good. If this lady needs to go, I heard she's very disrespectful to the employees.
One thing, can I say this one thing?
The employees. Yeah, but you do everything.
One thing I could say is that we will go investigate it. I'm going to send Bernard and I'm going to send Julius, and we'll get to the bottom of this. And Bernard have gotten to the bottom of a lot of things. Look what happened with the housing authority in the elevator.
Exactly.
Julius, just hold your hand down, Robert, while I'm talking.
Julius, moving on.
And Bernard will go and see about it. Sean, I don't want you to do anything but stay where you at. Stay and play and smoke them woolies you smoke.
Hey, this ain't no woolly.
Hey. Here's where the rubber meets the road. It's called a CAT Board of Trustees, Board of Directors. So I'm about to name some names because I love doing
Name them.
So the chairman of the board is Dietrich Cody. Your vice chairman is Helen Stone, who's a member of the Chatham County Commission.
Commissioner.
Member of the I'm not done yet. Who's a member of the Chatham County Commission. Clinton Matt Mister, who's a good guy. Didrik Leggett, no comment. Bobby Lockett, who's a member of the Chatham County Commission. Tabitha Odell, no comment.
What?
Gertrude Robinson. Oh yeah, Tabitha and Chester are best friends, but we're moving on. Gertrude Robinson and John Taylor. Tell them how you feel.
Exactly. Put those names up there in the chat, somebody.
Yeah, you go to board of directors. Somebody Google board of directors.
We'll do a second part of this because one part
because I remember when Tabitha was on that same.
Yeah. Why is Tabitha even on the board?
Yeah,
exactly. Because she's not even relevant anymore.
Do a little investigation.
And Tabitha was the deciding vote to get rid of
that lady.
But let's because they had a beef, and it goes deep. We have to look into that. We're going to be looking into it. I'm sure if Bernard get a hold of it, they ass in trouble.
Right.
So what we're going to do is we got to pay the bills, y'all. And so we're going to make sure that we shout out our sponsors. Our biggest sponsor today is the Davis, Bozeman, Johnson Law Firm. They got 3 offices, Savannah, Statesboro, and Atlanta. They're the law firm that gets big results. They're not scared to challenge everybody, y'all. They're awesome lawyers, and they're not scared. You get a lot of lawyers here, and you go to them, and they're scared to go before a judge. They're scared to challenge the system. These guys, they challenge everything. We also want to give a shout out to One Price Cleaners. Shannon, he's on here tonight.
I got the shirt.
Look at Mr. Charlie Brown's shirt. That's where he got his shirt pressed at. I don't have one on tonight.
All my clothes, dry cleaning and laundry shirt, and you can see how pressed the call is. You can see how I can move left or right, and how it have flexibility. It don't wrinkle easy as well. I get medium stars.
That's correct.
And I want to give a plug out to Shannon's wife, Tammy, who bakes better than anybody
she got
that I know in Savannah.
Why y'all holding out, bro? Come on now.
She got some hell of a brownies. She does.
What?
Y'all need to
I'm just gonna say that. So that's a free plug, Shannon. That's my free plug.
They need to have the brownies on the counter in the laundromat.
Okay,
because those brown was not the chocolate brownies, the other one. Man, those things melt in your mouth. Those things so good.
Here it is.
That's right. So y'all check them out because I'm telling you, this is a power couple right here.
That's right. They are.
This is a power couple right here. And he's part of a union.
And we want to also give a shout out to this weekend. Y'all come out to Port Wentworth. We got the first ever Juneteenth celebration. We don't know how it's going to be. It's a celebration. We hoping that it goes over just well. If not, we'll correct everything that goes wrong. We're going to get it all right.
Damn Texas.
If it rain on Friday, how we going to handle that?
It's not going to rain Friday. Every day except Friday. I already looked at the forecast. So y'all be there. Every day except Friday. I already looked at the forecast. And don't forget.
One more thing before I get away.
Yes, sir.
Bernard,
yes,
are you going to take the assignment for Kat and go and do an investigation over there? I'm asking you to do that.
Okay, I got your back. But you know what? It's a lot of people. The couple problems is this. It's a lot of people right now don't ride Cat. You got Uber, you got other transportation. You got more transportation running around here now. So people don't use Cat. They get where they go and then they get a little quicker. I think that's they got an inside problem. You know?
And that's
just like everywhere else. You know, City Hall and everywhere. Y'all got an inside problem, man.
Well, that's one of the reasons we will send you over and get to the bottom of it. And then I want to let Julius know, since he's like a bad refrigerator. He don't keep nothing.
He don't hold nothing.
We will get to the bottom of this. Bernard and Julius, viewing audience, we gonna be on the case. Sonya can't do much, but when she do come to Savannah, she can do what she normally do: eat oxtails and dance. Thank you.
She don't dance that good.
I don't eat oxtails when I come to Savannah. As a matter of fact, because y'all oxtails.
Next time you come over here and clean up that kitchen,
our oxtails are the best.
You know what?
We got new cars coming out. We got
Have you fixed
new
car?
Are y'all gonna let me finish this here? Are y'all gonna
hold the cars up?
don't forget we got new cards coming with the with our shows on it. They'll be out after a while. I'll mail them to everybody. Y'all don't be ashamed to give them out. Just give them out. I don't know why y'all, this thing should have 400-500 people on. Y'all got 5,000 people in each one of your things on it. Go ahead on in it. We might have 600-700 people at the end of the week done watched it, but I'm talking about right now, live. You know, we after we repeat it, we get all our views in repeat. Y'all need to be sharing and tagging right now. Everybody out there who's watching, showing the show on 5. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on 6 different platforms right now. 6 different platforms. So whoever you watching, there's some people watching on other platforms. So don't look at the number there and thinking that's all the people that's watching. But we got other platforms that we're on that they're watching on also.
Hold the picture up again. Hold the picture up again.
Why, you want to see the ugly guy in the middle?
Oh, that's what I want to see.
Come on.
Right.
So listen. Listen, that's just promoting our shows. That's the people who put all the work in every day on the platform and get it done. We got a whole lot of people. It's about 40 or 50 of us that help operate this network to get it to where it needs to be every day. But we're going to take a short 1-minute commercial and we'll be right back. But don't y'all forget, it takes a community to do what we do. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Come celebrate with us. Our American history might not be what everyone is talking about, but our survival of that history is what the world should be celebrating with us. Juneteenth is the time when we celebrate an awareness of American freedom for African American people. Every day leading up to Juneteenth should be a time of reflection, organization, and unity. Come join us in Fort Wentworth, Georgia, for a celebration of survival. Come celebrate you. Come celebrate us. Come celebrate our potential. Come celebrate our future as we remember our past. One America is a dream not yet seen. Our total unity is a goal not yet achieved. So join us on Friday, June 16th, 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. for an evening of celebration, reflection, and pride. Come hear stories about our history, our bondage, and our fight for freedom.
Okay, we back. We back.
I
Don't
guess
y'all
her and
forget.
the honey couldn't take it no longer. They had to leave the air.
Man. Sonny lit, isn't it?
Yeah, lit ain't the word. He put the light into her too.
Yeah. Lord. Hey,
I can't do it. Talking.
This a very professional show, man. Come on now. We trying
I
to
ain't
get
say nothing.
we trying to get caught. We trying to take CNN. CNN ain't gonna watch us. We got somebody on there lit and anyway, that's my
You're right.
Come on now.
I told them about that.
Let's do this.
Anyway, we get into our main topics. We got about an hour. First topic is do we have a police training problem, or do we just have a police problem? Boy got shot in the back. The little 11-year-old got shot. He got shot by a black officer. So is it a police problem? You got the police went. I saw a video the other day. The police went up in Boston. What is that? Up in Massachusetts, where all the rich people be at.
Martha's Vineyard.
Martha's Vineyard. It's another part of it also, where the police went.
Beacon Hill.
The guy called the police because the guy was drunk as hell, but he got in the community because he owned several restaurants. And police come and they don't arrest the guy, and they tell the guy who called the police on him. They pointed to, it was a black guy because he was drunk as hell. And they told the police come and they only arrest the guy for being drunk and driving, out of line and everything. They recognize who he is, and they tell him that's the guy that called. So the guy go over there and attack the black guy. They don't even arrest him. So do we have a police problem? Do we have a police training problem? Or what's the problem? We're not going to be long on this subject because we got the main subject in a second. But do we have a police problem?
Well, I think we got a problem with the militarization of the police. I think we definitely need public safety. But when you have police that are out here marching as if they're in the military, performing as if they're in the military, I think we're sliding a little bit off of the public safety and less on, and more into, routine power issues. And so, Uncle Sean, I'll pass it to you.
Okay. All right. I don't like the way you said they militarized the police. Why? Because in the military, we were authorized to shoot. I went on 5 different deployments, 5 different countries, and guess what? Before I squeezed my trigger, rounds was coming past my head and everything because I was afraid to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because of the consequences that they give you in the military from negligent discharges, Article 15s, and all that other stuff. Just like you felt the consequences of making that mistake. I think that our police aren't held accountable, and they weren't held accountable for a long time, and it's become ingrained in them. It's like when you're told that the enemy is out there in the streets, how else are they supposed to treat the civilians, the public? How else are they supposed to treat the public when they say, hey guys, go out there and take down the enemy or whatever, and the enemy just happened to, everybody's picture looks like us? That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I think they need to revamp what it's supposed to be for. You know what I'm saying? What it's supposed to be for. Police, if you got to shoot, then you're not, in my opinion, you're not there for the right reason. Your job is to protect and serve. Protecting and serving isn't first grabbing your gun and shooting first. You know what I'm saying? Protecting and serving is first getting people out of harm's way, and then going and stopping whatever causing the harm.
And it's ironic that you say that, Sean, because that is absolutely correct. And I tell people that all the time. I'm an ex-police officer.
You cut down. We couldn't hear you.
Your
you have to say everything you just said again. I want to hear everything you just said. And I didn't know you was an ex-police officer. I want to hear what you said.
I'm an ex-police officer. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
That must be a delay in something. And you're absolutely correct in what you said, because I used to tell everybody, my job is to protect and serve. I need to make your life better, not worse. I don't need to cite and arrest you every time that I come. A lot of police officers cite and arrest. They go to work wondering who they're going to cite and arrest. It's not about that. It's how many lives that you can help. I talk about that in my book, which isn't out yet, but it'll be out after a while. This is my book. You see me down in the corner when I was a police officer right here. You see me back in high school there. The book will be out after a while. I got also another book of poetry I'm editing this so I can get the final edits, so it can be it's 286 pages. But you all will be able to get it by the Thanksgiving. Hopefully, I'll be finished with the edits this week, and then we'll send it back to the press, and then I'll probably put it out. There's a lot of stuff in it my wife didn't like, so it'll be out after a while with my book of poetry. Give me that book over there, Miss Producer. And but anyway, you're absolutely correct. Oh, shameless plug. This is my book of poetry. Also, I got it out.
I like it.
So we shameless plugs. But anyway, you're absolutely correct, and we do have a training problem, I think, with the police. It's not just about militarizing them. It's about without the police, we would have chaos.
Exactly.
Think about it. People talking about defunding the police. How the hell are you gonna live without the police? Police puts that fear in you that there is some type of order, that there is some type of consequences. So you must have police. Other than that, you and Bernard gonna go settle y'all differences with a damn gun.
Right.
There is no court system. There's nobody to bring you to justice. So you must have the police in a civilized society, so that there can be some referee in the middle to bring it to the final judge.
Yeah,
I think
both for you.
Feel like this right here with the police.
Bernard has had a chance to talk all night, y'all. Give Bernard a chance. Come on, y'all.
Go ahead, Bernard.
Let me say this here. Okay. Everybody talking at the same time. People, and I'm getting some texts saying that we talking at the same time. When Sean talk, okay, we listen, and everybody listen. We can't all talk together. We can sing together. At the end of the day, And I understand it's a problem on both sides. But you got to realize too this: it's good cops, bad cops. But you got to realize this: these cops are more scared of other people, of the people who committed a crime. They're scared of them. They leave their house every day, and you don't know if they're coming back home. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's a problem. It's a problem. Some of them quick to shoot, yes, but some of them not quick to shoot. At the end of the day, like Drew say, he been a police officer. At the end of the day, wrong is wrong, right is right. At the end of the day, I know I have got stopped, by the police, about one time, because I'm that good fella, and I don't, So, you got to look at it that way. I guarantee you, when those cops come up and they have problem, whatever, and they stop, people who shooting at them, what you want them to do? Just duck, they're gonna shoot back at the end of the day. So I see both sides. But at the end of the day, they worrying about if they're gonna come back to their family too. Yeah.
I got a problem with that right there. I'm a lineman. I deal with electricity all the time. I got 12,000 volts in my hand. I got 19,000 volts in my hand. It depends what I got going. If you're not capable of doing a job, you don't need to be there. And that's the same thing with my job. If I feel like I can't climb that pole and do what I got to do, I don't need to be there. My dad's ex-military. He's a military vet, and we talked about that. And with the what they have done with the police officers, with the police department, is they made them like military. But they don't understand with the military, them guys, that's their job as a military. The police officer has an option to go somewhere else. They have an option to go feed their family somewhere else. They don't have to be in the military. They're not the military, into the police force. That's the big
difference. That's everybody. If you don't like your job, that's everybody. It's just not the police officer.
But with the police officer,
everybody have an opportunity. Hey, if you don't like your job, okay, go find you another job. Everybody. And right now, these days, we can walk out our house right now, whether you're a police officer, whether you're a damn milkman or whatever. We don't know whether we coming back in there to see our family next day. So at the end of the day, everybody got a choice.
But you were talking about police officers, though. This is what I feel about police officers. They need more. I'm not gonna say they need more training. This is what I think they need to serve the community that they're a part of. Because when I grew up, the place I grew up in, where people had respect for the police officer. If you selling drugs or you smoking weed, you better put that weed down or whatever, because that police officer, they can know this right here, this right here. So they need to serve the community.
I think,
and that's the problem that they're not doing. You got a lot of white police officers coming to these black communities and don't know that they don't take care of the big mamas and stuff.
No community policeman going on. Go ahead, Sandra, right quick.
And that's the way I feel. You got to have community policing.
And then you have to go back to the history of why policing was started in order to understand the problems that we're having with policing. Because policing was started to control former slaves.
There you go.
And they never retrained. There was never a retraining of this sector to say, hey, we're not managing the cattle anymore, or we're not trying to find criminality among people anymore. We are trying to protect and serve, so that was never a standard. And that is why the George Floyd policing bill is so important. And that is the reason why I have problems with the fact that we've had all these other bills passed in the last 2 years or so, but we have not had that bill addressed, And until we have that bill addressed to reform policing as we knew it back in the 60s, the 40s, the 70s, whatever, we're going to keep seeing the Rodney King incidents and the George Floyd incidents and every other incident you can think of that has to do with just policing going wrong.
I have a thing right
no,
now.
okay, no, okay,
Hold on, Sean.
no,
Sean,
okay.
you gotta go back to Mr. Brown.
The biggest problem is that we have no respect for each other. First of all, we need more community policemen, and the community policemen don't talk to the people, and there's no connect there when it's talk about local. When they stop you on the highway, the police, the state patrol talk at you. He or she don't talk to you, and that creating a major problem. We got to get respect for each other to understand it works both ways. They can't just talk at people, and we have to respect the law. We don't want to respect the law. As soon as we see them, we say they're evil, they're bully, and you're going to try to tell them the law. And you don't need to do that. We got to get respect for each other. Because like Julius say, to protect and serve. But Julius did a lot of community policemen. When he was a policeman, he knew all the people. He went and talked to them. And that's not happening. And that's what this Lenny Gunther guy, he's trying to bring back more community policemen in Savannah. Mm-hmm. Sir, if you like to speak now, you can go ahead right quick, but make it short.
That's a good thing.
What?
Community policing.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Okay.
I forgot. That's why I wanted to say also, this is what I feel like a solution is. If you do something bad at this one police department, and you go to another, if you do something that's bad in Savannah, Georgia, and you go to Memphis and do something bad, now you should get defunded. Now the police force should get defunded for that right there. Anytime you have a red stripe on you, whatever, or they should have something that you have a secured bond. Once that secured bond is ran off, you can't be a police officer anymore. That's how I strongly feel. I think they'll change it. They'll take a lot of the good. They bring a lot of the good apples back into the community and get rid of the bad apples. That's how I strongly feel.
Well, you can't have anybody with the amount. I'm not gonna risk my money, my life, for the amount of money that policing pays. You know, if I got to have a second and a third job, I'm not risking my life.
That's about insurance.
Port Wentworth just did like a $50,000 bonus for or something like that. Like I know Port Wentworth, their police department just did like this whole, like they're well above like if you work in a night shift.
I don't know exactly what Port Wentworth, but in Savannah, the police department is going up. Their salaries went up.
Right, and I know Port Wentworth just had something about almost 6 months ago where it was like I know I'm hearing the tune of $50,000. It was something.
Ask Julius, he might know.
Yeah, what's the average pay nationally for a police officer, Julius? If y'all know,
not national.
I don't know the national.
I'm just curious.
But here in Georgia, I think in Chatham County, it's about $50,000 a year.
It should be 60.
And when I started, it was $23,000 a year. Honestly, that was 35 years ago.
I get that, but my point I'm trying to make is public safety folks and educators and teachers are way underpaid. That's been historically the problem.
That is absolutely correct.
Yeah,
that's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's something that we'll delve into later on. The officers, are they most scared these days? They love to put. They love to stop the Mercedes, but they won't stop the car with all the smoke coming up out. You know, they know the kids are smoking the marijuana, but they'll stop the Mercedes with the law-abiding people, and they'll stop Charlie Brown, knowing he in a nice truck riding down the street, but they won't stop Mr. Uncle Sean right there, knowing he got that medicine ball in the car.
Exactly.
Marijuana is not a drug.
Hey, they see that disabled veteran flag in the back,
Marijuana
and they see me say, "Stay
plant.
50 feet from my vehicle."
Julius, and that Jaguar you got, they definitely gonna write you plenty of tickets. You just got a ticket about 3 weeks ago.
Hey, Mr. Brown, y'all listen. Robert said, marijuana is a plant. Okay, it is. I want to shoot my enemy. That should be legal too, then, Robert.
But killing is a crime.
Killing is a crime.
Marijuana is a crime.
Okay.
Smoking weed should not be a crime.
Chandra, why is marijuana illegal?
That's dope, Aaron.
Because black people like it.
No, Sean,
black people like it.
No, it was in competition with cotton. And you know our good old hell friends don't like nothing to be in competition with their money. So back in the day, they made it illegal. That's the only reason it's illegal. That's it.
The black people liked it. And it was easily grown.
Sean, now here you go. Now, Sean, I'm going to veto right now. You better stop it.
All right, we're going to move on to our main topic of the night. Our main topic of the night is y'all good friend, y'all mentor, y'all's great guy. Y'all see him there. He's eating in the chow hall. Right there. He's eating in the chow hall. Right there. So y'all good friend. He had, this is his first meal.
That's Charlie homeboy.
He's right there. Y'all see him. He was in court and he didn't know what to do. Now he's right there in jail. And that's what we all going to see where he could do at least. The Secret Service want to sit around there with him in orange jumpsuits. Let the Secret Service sit there with him. But Donald Trump went to jail. He got arrested again. Do you think his supporters will act up? Y'all, I'm going to give y'all a bunch of stuff to think about. Do you think his supporters will act up? Do you trust the judge in this case who he appointed? Do you think Georgia and D.C., Washington, D.C., should go ahead and charge his butt also? And will he be a part of this January 6th indictments that are coming up? So y'all take it from there. Don't be long. Everybody got to talk. If you see somebody after you finish, throw it over to them, please.
Come on, Fanny, little friend.
Oh, this is what it is. A lot of them guys at the Union Hall, they love Trump. A lot of them white guys love Trump. And the thing about it is, I think it's gonna help his election campaign because they thinking he go run. So I'm thinking that it's gonna help him. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, full disclosure over here in Texas, this Negro likes Trump. Okay, so we can.
Hold on,
we
bro.
can
Don't do
go
that,
out
then,
and
man.
discuss
Hold on.
later.
Do right, Shauna. Do right. Be right. Give your opinion.
No,
Don't do that man like that, Shauna.
no.
that ain't right,
I
Shauna.
had to say it.
No, that ain't right, bro. Come on, man.
I had to say it. I had to say it.
You ain't do that, Jai.
I had to say it. He likes Trump. He says, "Make America great again."
That's that
And
man
this
business,
is the
though.
reason why I would never date him. Period.
Where you going with this?
What? You
So-
can't date him anyway.
Right.
He's talking
You
about
can't
all
date him
of the
anyway.
guys that like him. He's
Come on,
talking
bro.
about all of the people that
Touchdown.
like him at the that like Trump at the Union Hall, but he didn't say, "Oh, we love him at the Union Hall."
No,
Oh, you like Brian Kemp, but we ain't saying nothing about that.
Huh?
You like Brian Kemp.
Who?
You like Ron DeSantis.
Boy, don't play. But I believe
I'm on the air. What's
I
up?
believe that Georgia needs to go ahead and make their move. I do believe that they
I believe this right here. He will run circles around Biden.
I bet you he will not. I bet you he will not.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell y'all
Go
something.
ahead.
And I'm gonna be quick. If DeSantis and Nikki Haley link up, it's a wrap.
Who?
If DeSantis and Nikki Haley run together, it is a wrap. Biden and Kamala is not gonna beat them.
For Trump, yeah, for Trump, it's a wrap. I feel like if that Trump, in my opinion, if this guy, any supporter out there for him, needs to go ahead and we need to go ahead and take their guns. Any supporters, we need to take their guns.
Yeah.
Why? Because these people are willing to go through a civil war.
Yeah. You're right, Sean. That's
Listen now.
Take their guns on the Second Amendment.
Me personally, I know we're not ready for a civil war.
We're not.
Black
Black Americans
for a
not.
civil war. And
Black
I feel
people
like they've been preparing for years, and now they're at the stockpile. That's why they're able to talk.
Well, Sean, I understand, but so since we own that part and you brought it up, a civil war, they can't. It don't matter how many guns they got. They can't win a civil war. It doesn't matter how many guns they got. They've been stockpiling forever. It still doesn't matter. Who are they gonna shoot? Who they gonna shoot? They don't even know who to shoot. It's just as many whites. Just many whites against them as it is blacks. And then they don't know whether they're shooting sympathizers that are black. So they're not gonna win any war, and then they're not gonna win a civil war, and they're not gonna risk their lives going to jail. Only those idiots will risk their lives going to jail for Donald Trump. So a civil war, don't y'all even think that that's gonna happen here.
January 6th was supposed to be the
federal
start
government
of the Civil War.
Listen, the federal government and God are the two most powerful things on this planet. Believe that. These people are not going to try this federal government because their ass will end up in prison. If they want to go to prison, it'll only be a few. The rest of them are back home. Y'all don't believe the hype. I told y'all Donald Trump was going to be tried. I told y'all Donald Trump was going to jail. Y'all believe what I'm saying. The federal government does not play with any damn body.
Julius, the federal government, are y'all ready for this? Are 97% eviction, whatever, put people in jail. 97%
conviction rate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Conviction rate.
And I believe this part, that they wanted to demonstrate to all of the y'all see why you're not getting big crowds out when Trump is saying y'all need to come out and protest and all of this type of shit, because they see what happened on January the 6th, and they see the aftermath of people going to prison for long terms, you know, and they not about that life.
Oh.
They are not about that life. So they are rethinking this whole thing. Now they might come out and say, we're with you. They might hold little prayer circles in restaurants and stuff, but they are not going to do a repeat of January the 6th. Not for him. I promise you that.
Messiah, because Trump is the new Messiah for them. They act like Trump is the Messiah.
All I'm gonna say is this. All I'm gonna say is this, and it's so important. You know, the biggest problem with Donald Trump, if he get the nominee and he come to be president, all around the world we lose number respect. Nobody respect this country no more. They will walk on us. And as a matter of fact, it might not be a civil war. It might be a world war because they do not respect that man. They think he is a joke around the world.
Republicans, you would think that the Republicans in charge are smart, but some of them realize that Donald Trump is the end of the Republican Party.
Yeah.
If Donald Trump is a gift that won't stop giving to the Democratic Party. Don't even worry about Donald Trump winning another election in this country because everybody saw that he was a moron. Instead of going in and leading, he went in and became an asshole. He went in and became an idiot. He went in and saw that he didn't have any leadership capabilities on that level. Hell of a business person because he know how to beat you, but he did not know how to govern. And it's a big difference. Those people want Donald Trump. The rich want him in there for taxes and tax breaks. But Donald Trump could never win another election in this country. You know why? Because he's a rallying cry for the Democratic Party. Never in the history of this country has so many Democrats voted. 81 million Democrats voted. 81 million people, rather, voted. 155 million people voted in that election. Unheard of. So Donald Trump is a rallying cry for the Democratic Party. He's our best weapon.
Oh no!
Cut him on mute.
Until his ass sitting up in there next year. Yeah, I mean next.
I have a question. What's the difference between Trump and Biden?
Well, that's another show.
Because Biden was one of the racist. Because Biden was one of the racist. One of the racist people.
Sean, right?
Shannon.
That's another show. That takes us into too much of breaking down the differences in what it is. You know, one of the things I tell people: don't tell me that you need to not vote for Biden because he's no different than Trump. Because when you do that, you bring in somebody who is going to really hurt you. When you got time to work in a party that you have the ability to change. Yes. Don't tell me that Biden is just as worse as Trump when Trump is your enemy. Biden might be your enemy, but you can talk to Biden. You can't talk to Trump. So when you're trying to persuade a black person or a Democrat not to vote for a Democrat, then we hurting ourselves by that. That's just like the black, us with unity. We don't have any unity. So we're killing each other and somebody's steady climbing on our bodies as we dropping those bodies. Somebody's climbing the ladder to the top. You know, Bernard, you had something you want to say?
What?
Yeah. The bottom line is, you know, like you say, Trump, he basically in trouble because when the Fed come at you, believe me, you know, they already know what's going on, and the only thing you can say is guilty. With Trump, only thing he may have going with him, is the judge overseeing this case is his boy, and
Girl.
the judge is the one gonna be picking the jury. You know, so at the end of the day, you know, that idiot. At the end of the day, man, that idiot he in trouble, and I don't think he won't even be around to even talk about winning, you know, the president or anything like that. You know, on a serious note, I mean, this dude really and truly messed up. So it's like this: when he finished Miami, he got to go to New York. When he finished New York, he got to go to Washington. When he finished Washington, he got to come to Georgia. When he finished Georgia, he got to go to this place, that place. If this fool become president again, man,
I'm moving.
This country already sick.
I'm moving. I'm leaving the country. If he become president again, I'm leaving the country. Y'all, I'm
gone.
Be honest with
John, I'm not finished. I am so tired of y'all interrupting. Man, y'all being so disrespectful on this show tonight, man. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay? Everybody get a chance to talk. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jump in their opinion. Everybody got opinions, so let us talk. Good Lord, man. This shit is crazy. I'm just sitting there looking at it.
Go ahead, Bernard.
Being straight up honest. Shit. I could have stayed asleep.
Go ahead.
I'm finished.
All right. Sean, what you say?
Like I was saying, if he become president again, I'm moving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving the country.
one thing to say, Midway is out of the country.
It's out in the country. But I'm in the country.
You live out of the country right now. You're the one don't think you is, but trust me, we don't even come to Midway. Now I'm gonna ask Julian, when the last time you been to Midway?
You pass it all the time. You have to pass it. You're going to Florida, Brunswick, you gotta pass it.
You don't have to move. You are out the country now in Midway.
Well, anyway, is Donald Trump Teflon Don? Do y'all think that he can beat this?
No.
He claims
he
knows. Now, this is what I think is going to happen, and then y'all can take it from there. I think that he's going to be found guilty. I think that he's going to see that he's about to be found guilty. He's going to take an illness. He's going to fake a heart attack, and he's going to act like he's sick. And he's going to tell the courts that he needs leniency. He's an ex-president. He can't go to jail because he'll die in there and won't have time to get out. Donald Trump will not run for president in November of next year. I don't think he will, because it's going to be so much pressure on him. There's going to be so many court cases. And the thing that you got to look at, he's claiming that it's a Democratic-led prosecution of him. Everybody that's testifying against him were people in his circle. Ain't nobody, everybody that's testifying against you, idiot, is in your circle. Every one of those people is in your circle that's testifying against you. You're the damn idiot. That's why I say he will take a plea deal.
Including the judge. He appointed that judge to that seat in Florida. So
she better watch out.
And they say the only thing that can give him more time if the judge drag it out over a period of 6 or 7 or 8 months. But she still have to come up with something before the election. And I feel he will still get the nominee if Christie out of New York don't knock him off. Because Christie going to gain a lot of ground. That's my opinion.
You said out of Jersey, that's my opinion.
Anybody
Christie, the New Jersey.
All right. A lot of people, I mean, and this just, if we had any outsiders on the show that Trump supporters and all this other stuff. This is my biggest problem with what he did. Okay. These secrets, this stuff that he had, these plans, we don't know what he or he don't even know what whoever he was going to hand them to was going to do with them. He just had documents that he felt like, hey, I want to keep this. Hey, put that in the box. Put that in the box. Put that. He probably didn't even put all of that stuff that's in the boxes. Some other people probably put them in the boxes. He probably
we can't
had
let
no
you be on the
idea.
jury. First of all, we can't let you be on the jury because Donald Trump will go damn free. And so
You
we
think
can't
so?
let, Bernard, we can't let him on the jury.
Actual question.
Y'all hold on. I just want to say something to my friend with Sonia. Listen, if Donald Trump had loved black people so much, the only question I got, he only had one black person in his administration, Ben Carson. He appointed no black judges, no way to be found. So please don't hand me, he love us because number one black person was in his administration. Amarosa.
Amarosa.
She was not like that. She was just like a personal assistant. And he fired her because she tried to bring the wedding party when she got married into the White House. And Donald Trump got rid of her for that.
Okay, with Trump, like I was telling Sandra, the only reason Trump beat Hillary Clinton because he understands media. And another thing, yes, he did. He ran circles. If you go,
he beat her. He beat her, young man. He beat her for one reason. This country did not want a female president. That bottom line.
That's one reason. But the second reason he beat her with media, he understands media.
It doesn't matter. He could have been a stage clown.
Yeah,
but
that's what he was, a stage clown.
Exactly. But they did not want this country is not progressive in the fact that they did not want a woman. They said before, well, we had a black person, but we not ready for a woman to run this. Hell, don't you see the fact that in all of these Fortune 500 companies, there isn't but about 5% of them in Fortune 500 companies managed. Women are only in 5% of the management. So that tells you that America is still, we still have what you call roles, and they don't feel like the role for a woman is leading this country, even though we could do it better.
But a dot behind that's the only reason Hillary was more qualified. The country voted against her not to put her in office.
White women voted against her.
Because white women will vote against their own best interests.
White women voted against her.
They will. Don't you see? White women are voting in droves right now. Especially Republican white women against their own best interests. Just to stay with their man.
Correct.
Feeling like I'm just going to reap the benefits of my man, even though their man now has control over their reproductive, system and everything else that goes along with, not being seen as a Republican woman. But I digress. Go ahead. I yield to the floor.
Well, go ahead, Sean.
Okay. When you say, just like Trump got in office after saying the whole spill about how he introduces himself to pretty women that he want to sleep with by grabbing them.
On President's Day.
And those women still went out and voted for him. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's his number one. If he ain't hitting that, then God doggone, she trying to get him to.
Well, don't that tell you one thing, Sean? If you're disrespectful to women, and then Me Too canceled every damn body, and you still a woman and like this man, then you can't have but one thing. That's you racist.
Exactly.
That's the only thing it could be. You love to you want to make sure that everybody knows that you're a racist. That's the only thing that you could be if you still like Donald Trump.
And I believe
after
a
all
lot of
he's
them.
done, cancel culture supposed to have canceled Donald Trump, and it didn't. Why?
Exactly.
Because he had more racists behind him. This country he emboldened them to come out and show their true feelings. Go ahead, Charlie.
Donald Trump did not create racism. What he did do, he made it fashionable. Everyone wanted to get on the bus and be a part of it. And that's what he did. He stamped it with a seal. And young man, I like you because you got a lot of spunk. You came on this show, you don't know us, and you got jumped right in. But don't you ever go around telling no one this man cared for us when no number one black person was his administration, and he was a Tom, the one he had in there.
I never said Trump cared for us. I never said that. Let's get that right. I never said that.
You said he was great for us economic.
No, I never said that.
Tell me what you say then.
This is I said to the guys that I work with. I said the guys that I work with.
Oh, okay.
Let's get that right. The guys that I work with, they speak like Donald Trump. You got to understand, unions was never meant for black people. So the union that I'm part of, the white guys speak like Donald Trump and have his same views. So that's why, and that's the reason why I say he will win. He will get elected because they don't give a fuck. Oh, my bad. Apologize.
That's all right. You cost us I think $100. Give it to Sandra and she'll mail it to Julia. Okay. You just cost us $100, my friend.
Donald Trump is unelectable.
I got you.
He can be nominated, but he will never win the presidency.
No,
he's not gonna win anything.
But see, the thing about it is the guys that like I said that I'm working with, like y'all say, he's the great white savior.
Yeah.
Of white community.
Just not gonna win any. He's not gonna win anything else. He's a loser.
But
Donald Trump is a loser now.
And I'm just tell you something. It's like with Trump, with me, I didn't have debates with people like Trump because we'd be in the bucket, working the wire, just talking about all that stuff, you know. And that's what
Can I ask you a personal question? How much y'all make an hour now?
I'm in Texas.
How much?
I'm in Texas right now.
How much y'all make an hour?
We're making 42.
Okay. When I used to be a lineman, they paid me $23 an hour. But that was almost 50 years ago.
But it was where you at too. Where you was at too.
You're right.
Because the thing about it is, I'm 42 out here. Where I can go to California and make way more. I can go to New York and make way more.
But the cost of living is a lot higher.
It's never.
In California.
I have to explain something in the trades. When I can go to California and still take care of my home in Texas, it's never a cost of living. And when I come to Texas, I beg for scraps. I'm begging for crumbs. When I go out there, I can take care of what I got to take care of. Put money in the bank. So it's not. A lot of people think it's cost of living now. Give us what we owe.
I want to thank you for being on the show tonight.
No, I appreciate y'all.
Yeah, you can come back anytime. We like your perspective.
We like you. You got spunk, young man. You got lots of spunk.
If I can go ahead and take over, we're going to talk about. On our last episode. We're going to talk on our last topic. We're going to talk about if there was a split in the country that causes a war. Charlie, you go ahead and take that. Whether they would be whether it be rich against poor, Democrats against Republicans, or law and order against racists. Charlie, you take.
I'm gonna tell you what it's going to be. At the end of the day, it's going to be what I believe in: economic war. The haves gonna have a lot, and they will control. The one who got the gold will make the rules, and The people who don't going to lose out. You heard what the gentleman say? Say he come home, he worked for scraps. So it's all boiled down to economic. In my opinion, like I say, the wealthy, the rich, or whatever who got the money, they will control because they'll shut us down because we can't get the basic, the necessity. And anybody can go next, and I'm through. Who want to go next? Just any one of y'all just point your hand.
I agree with you. It's a rich against poor.
Yeah.
I really do agree with you.
Economic war. Sean, go ahead.
I believe that economic war part. Okay. You can't when it's all guns and bullets and all that other stuff. You can't tell who rich and who poor and who all.
Yes,
that
you can't because the rich got all the guns and the money.
It's about where the loudest noise coming from. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that the rich is going to bring their asses out there. I think they'll fund. They'll send guns out there. They'll go to some camp in Arkansas, some little, you know what I'm saying, in Michigan, the Michigan militia, and they'll provide them guys with guns. And they'll send them out. They'll go to the little skinhead meetings and all that, and they'll pick guns in all them guys' hands and say, all I need you to do, I'm giving y'all $10,000, but all I need y'all to do is go and take out LA. You know what I'm saying? Me, personally, when it comes to this Civil War and all this other stuff, I feel like for a good week, it's gonna happen. It's gonna go good for a good week, and then everything settle down, and people go to jail and all this other stuff, and it'll look like damn what they call this shit, the Wall Street, Black Wall Street all over again.
Okay.
If it happened in Savannah, we got enough. Y'all got enough people in Savannah and all that. But if it goes like from outside of Savannah and come in, y'all in trouble. If it goes from inside of Savannah and go out, different story. You know what I'm saying?
Bernard, you gonna take it?
All right then.
To be honest, I ain't to be honest, I ain't understand the question, Dude. I didn't understand the question. I was listening, I didn't understand the question. What was the question?
You tell him the question.
Oh, we were just talking about if there's a split in this country that causes a war, who do you think would win? Whether the war would be rich against poor, because you got both sides, black and white, against Trump. So who they gonna shoot? Who's gonna be at war? How they gonna win the war? Will it be the Democrats against Republicans? And how can you tell whether they're Democrat or Republican? I mean, what you gonna do? Go shoot your neighbor because you know that they like Trump, or you know that they like Biden? What's gonna happen? Is it law and order against the racists? What's the deal?
Yeah, it's basically gonna be fool against fools. Fools against fools. That's about the only thing, man. I'm telling you right now. This country is you know what, to be honest, at the end of the day, we need to basically, us as black folks need to focus on us. Because there's a war between us. And anyway, we need to focus on what we can do to come together to make it better for everybody, not just some people. And I understand what Mr. Brown say, and you know, we ain't gonna fight tonight about all that with economics. But at the end of the day, we need to clean ourselves up. But like I said, fools against fools, and basically that's what's gonna happen. Which it ain't gonna happen, but we got, like I said, we got so many people look like us, not for us, but they vote for them, but thinking that they gonna help us, and they do the same thing the white man do. They do the same thing. They treat us all. They do the same thing, treating us all kind of way. So don't go vote. Don't go in November. Let me say this here. In November, don't go vote because somebody look like you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's prime example in Savannah. Don't go because he looked like you, y'all gonna vote for him. You know, we got a big leadership problem everywhere, 52 states, leadership problem. And you know why? Because we vote for people because they look like us, and you vote because, oh, these sound good. At the end of the day, Trump basically, he's going to prison. And if he don't, I guarantee you, the only reason why he don't go to prison, that fool, he's such a little B, he probably take his own self out. Period. That's what they do. When they feel like they're going to prison, like 9 out of 10, they're gonna take their own self. Because they can't stand prison. Us as black people, we can stand anything, you know, at the end of the day. So that's my thing is fool against fool. And right now, the United States is the laughing stock around the world, period.
Yes, we are.
Period.
Yeah. I haven't said if push comes to shove, law and order gets thrown under the bus. I probably beg to differ. One thing that you will see from now on, especially in this administration, if they try to attack I guarantee you,
I just hope that they try January 6th again. It will be so many dead bodies on this. Believe me, they will not let this country be shown to be that weak again. Because on January 6th, they were weak as hell. A lot of people supposed to be dead. A whole hell of a lot of people supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
You can
more
not
than
overthrow this government
just that one
like
lady.
they did. Try to overthrow this government. There are supposed to be more than just one dead body in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the reason why all those folks still alive, because they don't look like us. Mm-hmm. Let it be, it was all us.
It don't matter no more now. If they get their ass back there again, it don't matter what color they is, they will be dead. They're not letting that happen ever again in the history of this country. That will never happen again.
I'll agree with you.
Ever.
Sandra, she didn't have her opportunity to talk about it. What will happen in the war?
She didn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, Sandra.
I believe with you, you know, I believe that it will be it won't be law and order. I believe that it will be a mix of race, because we have become highly race related in this country, even though we always have been. They've just been dormant for a while. And it will be a lot of, you know, the have and the have-nots, you know, so you will see a lot of, you know, the 1%ers, you know, coming out and, you know, and saying, hey, kill off the poor, you know, or maybe kill off the middle class, because we need the poor in order for them to do our low wage work. So I don't even understand how they can kill off the middle class, because it's us who bears the tax burden for the rich, because the poor definitely doesn't bear the tax burden for the rich, and the middle class pays the most taxes. So, you know, I mean, I don't know how that's going to figure out, but yeah, that.
Thank you for your perspective on that.
We had one subject that was all our subjects, but it was a subject that
Can you tell them about my birthday party coming up? I would like for them to send me a free present, please.
When your birthday party? When your birthday party? When your birthday
yes,
party?
I'm going to have a birthday party, but none of y'all invited. I just want y'all to give me a gift.
Oh, okay.
When's your birthday, Charlie?
Consider it sent.
My birthday going to be on June the 23rd.
Oh, wow. That's Shannon's birthday.
That's why we vibe together.
That's Mr. Brown's son. That's his son.
Sandra knew his birthday real fast, though. I'm kind of afraid. I need to ask you questions, dude, if you dating my sister. She knew your birthday. You need to be okay. You need to bring him here so me and Tanya can ask him questions, Sandra.
Clairvoyant,
You don't
Junior.
in the family.
I did not weasel my way in the family. I'm not in their family.
He clairvoyant, Junior.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we go, we got about 7-8 minutes, something like that. We want to make sure
Check
we
out what's
test
going
this.
on with the Southern Baptist Church regarding women.
They voted today to throw everybody out who has a woman pastor in their church. The Southern Baptists voted those churches out.
They said a woman was supposed to pastor a church.
Well, how do you feel about that?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Sir,
See, that's
I'm
the
gonna
whole-
say, sir, I'm gonna say something to you, sir, and listen to me very careful. Man who argue with woman during the day get no peace at night. I'm just letting you know up front, okay?
So
you can figure out
I'm pretty
which
going
piece
through it
that
right
is.
now. I understand.
Really?
If you want peace,
Yeah.
then you don't argue.
Man, Julius, one more time, sir. Man who argue with woman during the day get no peace at night. And that's all I'm gonna say.
That's facts.
That's the kind of peace I'm talking about, Tanya.
No, he wasn't.
Exactly, Rufus. Nothing. 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 Nothing.
But anyway, that's what they did, and that's what they're doing. You know, one of the ladies said Jesus was birthed by a woman. Now you telling us she can't preach about her own son?
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, that was powerful.
And see, this is again them voting against their own best interests.
You're right.
They don't care. They don't care. You're right. They vote against their own best interests. They don't care.
Black people, both Democrats.
Y'all need to watch that show, A Handmaid's Tale. If you have never watched it, please watch it. It's on Hulu. A Handmaid's Tale. Because it is almost like this person looked into the future and they saw what was going to happen. And that's all I got to tell you. Y'all come back to the show and we'll talk about A Handmaid's Tale. How do y'all feel about it? Y'all gotta just watch the first few episodes and tell me how you feel about it.
We got an update. We got an update. We got an update from the cat bus issue that we brought up. I got an email saying that they're supposed to be 100 drivers. They only have about 50, and the pay is also trash. So they need 100 drivers to be efficient. So if they brought this woman in, what has she done? I mean, what has she done? You're not training the bus drivers you're not giving them the right kind of stuff to stay on the job.
Right.
You're not giving the right benefits. What is the problem? You know, if you're supposed to be a troubleshooter and you're supposed to be a problem solver, then you should have gotten it done by now. How long Bakara been gone? 2 years? And you still short bus drivers?
Yeah.
You know, obviously you're not the answer. So I guess they need to move on to the next phase.
I want to say this before we go off the air tonight. I thought it was interesting. The special guest tonight, young man, I really like your charisma you have. I want you to continue to be positive and be nice to her, because things could happen. But if you blow your cool tonight, you'll go home very sadly. And thank you. And invite him back again, Sonia. He can come back again.
I am about to escort Shannon to my door.
I enjoyed y'all.
You know,
I don't do stuff like this, but I really did enjoy y'all.
Good.
We enjoyed you too. Anyway, people, y'all don't go nowhere. All the hosts, y'all stay on. I wish Robert would come back in also. Robert, if you're listening, come back in. We need to talk to you. Y'all stay on after. We're going to have a 2-minute talk afterwards. And we will see y'all tomorrow on Mona Lisa Monroe in the morning. Then you have Taking the Journey at 6 p.m. Ebony Sports Reporters at 8 p.m. And don't forget our Friday shows and Saturday shows and Sunday shows. Don't forget Sundays, we got our new shows with Little Known Black History Facts and From the Hood to the Pulpit. They'll be very interesting. Y'all need to go and watch them. 4 and I think 5 and 6 or something like that. 5 and 6 o'clock in the afternoons. If I'm not mistaken, is the new times for those shows. So y'all stay tuned. We're giving you everything we got. Don't forget to pick up one of our magazines. Go to ATR Media Group. You can watch and look at all the magazines all the way since September last year. We're working on our she's over there working on our July 4th edition, which is going to be fire. Y'all need to really see it.
Give them the website to the magazine, Julius.
ATRmediagroup.com. 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 You can see all our magazines.
And you can subscribe to the magazine as well.
You sure can. You can subscribe to it and tell all your friends to go on there and watch it. I mean, read the magazines. You got all the issues. We got great articles. We talk about things in our community. We're also on Roku TV at ATR. I mean, at Our Black Media. So y'all get it all. Y'all get everything that we're getting. We're trying to be the total information hub for everything that we do in this region. Okay. So we appreciate y'all watching. Don't forget to share with all your people. Y'all don't go nowhere. We're gonna talk 2 minutes after we finish, and right after the closing. Good night, people, and we love you.
Good night.
I like this.